the restrictions for Madison are pretty loose right now, meaning we're expecting they're allowed to have full fan and full attendance, so that's really exciting. Hopefully we can get to the rally and show up. We have about 60% capacity of the stadium full right now, which is amazing considering everything that's going on. So we need to just keep something a message, keep letting people know, hey, come to the games, the athletes are coming, and the show is going to be amazing.
Lane 3 is Piper Milligan, who is your leader. She's in her second round of Cigar. And in lane 5, it's Olivia Rodriguez who sits in second place. Remember, she's trying to get inside the top 10. Only trails Kelly Clark by 18 points. And she is now on her second set of 20 toes.
Piper Milligan has already dropped twice. Maybe it's a strategic break, but this second set of toes bar was where we saw the event turn in the previous heat. That's where Megan O'Donnell really took control of the heat, and from there on out was able to hold on to that top spot. So maybe it was just a strategic break for Piper Milligan, saving some energy for these thrusters and right into the lunge.
Final thruster is done for Piper Milligan, and then she will take off on her second 40-foot trip down the floor. Milligan out of Texas Crossing in Murray, Utah. And she is maintaining her lead over Meter Rodriguez.
Seeing the athletes from all over the country is going to have a unique piece. I'm used to regional where when you come to an event like this, you meet people from the East Coast. But seeing people from Santa Cruz, from Arkansas, from Hawaii, even, that's been really cool.
Piper Milligan is done with round 2. We're back to the contact 2 play as Meter Rodriguez got hit with a no rep, and now the field started to catch up with her. But thank one of our partners for today's broadcast, CBDMD. The CBD visit cbdmd.com/CrossFit and use the code CrossFit for 30% off your order today. Second of 3 heats for event 5 for the women's time to beat Megan O'Donnell 13:24. And it's Piper Milligan who is your leader right now at the halfway point of this event.
And in that last round, winner Nicolette Rodriguez got a single no rep on the overhead walking lunge. We saw in the previous heat how costly that can be. And just from that one no rep, Rebecca Fuselier and Leah Irons both passed Rodriguez. Some precious points being lost just from one no rep on the lunge.
Rebecca Fuselier in lane 7, she's on the left of your screen, and Leah Irons on lane 8, trying to put a little pressure on Piper Milligan here in the third of 4 rounds and trying to lose the count. How have you guys been able to deal with all the changing circumstances from one day to the next about what's going to be available, what's not, how many people are going to be allowed, what you can do?
It's been chaotic this whole year, like planning for every stage, especially these in-person events. It's been a wild ride, but we had a plan that we put in place that allowed us the flexibility to go to this stage where, okay, this event's not going to happen in person now, it has to go online, and yet the same cohort of individuals, the same people will still compete. That we took all of that into consideration in the initial build-out, gave us the confidence and the flexibility to get to this stage where I'm ecstatic that we have 50% of the events going. 5 out of 10, that's a great outcome. And it's cool to see the fans here.
And you mentioned that you haven't traveled to a lot of these events much. Why was it important for you to be here as we opened up live competition in North America?
Well, now this is part of the season, right? I mean, like really part of the season. In years past, they were sending one athlete. Now here.
All right, round 2, 50 dips.
And we have a much closer relationship with these events. We're more involved in more collaborative than ever before. So, and since it's part of that season, it meant a lot for me to be here, show support to the organizers and the people who are involved in the event.
Piper Milligan continues to lead here as we are in the third of 4 rounds. The drivers are up 20 toes bars. She's complete, and then it's back to the 10 flushers at 95 pounds. Where are the areas that you really try to help guide these events, and where are the areas where you let them sort of do their own thing?
Well, we tried stayed away from it. And then they asked me a few questions about some movement or some stylistic things that I didn't mind around that, and they didn't find it all.
Rebecca Fuselier has now moved into the lead ahead of Kyra Milligan as she has finished up her third set of 10 thrusters and now on her third overhead blocking lunge. Milligan now back in second place, and Leah Irons in lane 8 is threatening to pass her, and she has done so. So Leah Irons now moving into second.
Milligan had to break up that third set of toes multiple times yet again, and now she's starting to struggle with the overhead walking lunge. Irons have got a no rep on 1-8 thruster. She was neck and neck with Fuselier, so mistakes for both athletes have opened up the door for Rebecca Fuselier to take control of this heat.
Milligan falling back into third place, and she has some athletes now starting to breathe down her neck a little bit here on this overhead walking lunge. And then 2, Olivia Sulik is creeping up. Richard Nicolette Rodriguez as well in lane 5 as Milligan has one final lunge to complete. She's across the finish line, and she will join Rebecca Fuselier and Leah Irons on the fight. 13:24 is the time to beat, and we are about 10 minutes and 18 seconds into this event.
You can see the difference between the top 3 athletes right now. Kyra Milligan, her posture is slumping off the bike. Had to take a second to sit up, get her torso upright, take a few breaths. Fuselier is looking left and right, kind of scanning the competitive field. She looks locked in and focused. You can give a little guess as to what their pace is, watching the foot cadence on the bike as well.
Rebecca Fuselier, very calm and collected and composed here. She is on her 4th and final round on that Concept 2 bike. They have to complete 20 calories. So CrossFit Bowl in Howell, Texas. Two-time teenage competitor at the CrossFit Games. Finished 10th in 2017 in the 16 to 17-year-old division, and then 9th the prior year in 2016. Dave, one of the things that you think have really gone real so far this season, even in all the changing circumstances?
Everything up to this point that was qualified the athletes to this point, I think has gone really well. Meaning that I really am happy with the execution of the open quarterfinals. Because I do believe, again, I mentioned at the top of this conversation, if it had been open to semifinals here, we would have missed the mark. So the inclusion of the quarterfinals, that was a huge move and a huge success for us.
I know you guys reached out to the community too about reaction to the 3-week open. What was the majority of the feedback about it?
They like it. Yeah, so it's definitely something that's here to stay. As competitors at our level, maybe not Tommy's level, but we appreciate it too because it's a demand of 5 weeks on us. It's just on the average person is a lot. Staying focused and engaged for 5 weeks is free.
5 left.
Fuselier on that last set of toes to ball went unbroken 20 straight. Every other athlete so far has had to break up multiple times. Only athlete we've seen go unbroken on that final set has really separated herself from Leah Irons.
Fuselier on her final march down the floor here, and she is going to beat Megan O'Donnell's prior top time. 13:24 probably was the best time that O'Donnell put up in heat number 1. And Fuselier is in, and we'll call it 13-12 unofficially for her. Great performance for Rebecca Fuselier in heat 2.
You can see Leah Irons widening her grip out on the overhead walking lunge. That's usually a mobility issue, but as you get tired, the shoulders start to tighten up. Really, that's just allowing her to keep the bar in a good enough position to complete the overhead lunge.
One more.
Irons is in at about 13:40 unofficially. That means that Megan O'Donnell's time is down to second best behind Rebecca Fuselier. Over lane 2.
Round 3, 50 dips.
That's come across. You will take third in the heat. And Kyra Milligan, who at one point was the leader in lane for the first half of this event, bottom left of your screen, is trying to lock up fourth place. So she's going to continue to move because Winter Nicolette Rodriguez is starting to bear down on her. Milligan is in just ahead of Winter Nicolette Rodriguez. Emily DeFeo is in lane 4. And she will come across the finish line well inside the 18-minute time down.
Impressive push from Sulik to go middle of the pack to finish third in that heat. And also Milligan too. You can see her start to get the speed wobbles up top with the shoulders in midline. She actually picked up her foot cadence. Sometimes it's just a matter of time under tension. And you know that your shoulders won't be able to hold much longer. So she took a chance, rifled through those final few steps, and it paid off.
What's up next for you?
Well, I'm today, and then I'll be your person working to do consider the games, and then I have this video out, I mean, not minutes, man, the Mac games, next week, be there for a day. Come after that, and then I will get up on the West Coast. West Coast, we go straight to Madison, and we have big games planning on it. And so it's cool, it's all been right now, the games.
We've talked about this before too, but now that you have a season where you have the full support of everybody you want, what does that allow you to do that's really different from the other?
Well, it's nice to have this company-wide support, and we're allowed to know and engage all channels, not just, in years past, it felt like you could only really push this via the games channel, but now with the company-wide support, we're able to promote via all our other channels. It's a huge advantage to getting more out of the sport, and also using the sport still to support affiliates and training and the other additional things that we focus on.
Dave, we always appreciate you.
45 minutes left.
Stop by and chat. Always a good time. Safe travels, best of luck.
12 minutes left.
See you coming out from that.
Thanks, guys.
Rebecca Buzelia with your top time, 13-12, unofficially your new leader heading into the third and final heat, and made a late push to take first place in the heat.
Yeah, she started to take control of that second round. She was locked in and focused on the bike. You can see she was comfortable. The only athlete to go unbroken on her final set of 20 toes to bar. Give her enough of a cushion. She could stay locked in on Dilbert rocking lunge. And it was smooth sailing from there on down as she marched her way to a heat win.
13-12, unofficially, for Rebecca Buzelia. She is one of the athletes who's trying to work her way into the final heat.
It's the fastest time we've seen so far coming into this event, 14th overall. She's still about 58 points back of 10th place, but setting the time to beat so far should be able to potentially make up some ground, give her an outside shot of moving up in the final heat.
One heat remains, the final heat for the women. And plenty still needs to be decided here. Jess Griffith comes in 5th place overall, trying to hold off quite a few athletes who still have a very good chance of catching her.
Yeah, only 16 points separate her in 5th with Fisa Gapi in 7th. She's trying to find out a very game Christine Kohlenbrenner, who's been solid all weekend long. Opened up the weekend with an event win in 8 mile. Had a little accident because she thought she loaded 205, actually loaded 210. Backs it up with another top 10 performance in need for speed. And so far, has been given a good push for the top 5, one of those game spots all weekend long, despite standing shoulder to shoulder with some of the biggest names in the sport. Fisa Gapi really had to do damage control in the opening event, and then she has picked up steam slowly throughout the weekend after 21st place finish in 8 mile, 4th in need for speed, 4th in griddle, 7th place finish in Inception, giving herself a shot at a second CrossFit Games berth after she had her invite to the games taken away last year.
Overall standings coming into this 5th event. The top 5 advancing to the 2021 Noble CrossFit Games. Jess Griffith's right now is in that final spot, but only by 10 points. Spots 6, 7, 8, 9. There's plenty on the line for them as well because those positions will earn a ticket to the last chance qualifier. Danielle Dunlap is trying to fend off a challenge from Kelly Clark. Tia Toomey not trying to fend off anybody right now. She is all by herself by 48 points in first place.
You know, Tia just continuing her winning streak. This year, after winning her 4th consecutive CrossFit Games title, the question, how can she continue to improve? Well, you know, she comes in, she wins the Worldwide Open. It's the one stage of competition she had yet to win. Checks that off the list. Comes in, has a strong performance again, winning in quarterfinals. Now she's here in person, the semifinal, when we thought she might not be able to compete in person because of the COVID restrictions for travel. Backfill spots open up an opportunity for her to compete in person, and she has delivered so far.
Finally, in the Tri-Wizard Cup for the women,
got it, round 4.
To the Mid-Atlantic CrossFit
50 dips.
Challenge. Two events stand between 5 athletes and a trip to the 2021 Noble CrossFit Games here at the Mid-Atlantic CrossFit Challenge in Knoxville, Tennessee. Thanks for being with us, everybody, inside the Thompson Bowling Arena on the campus of the University of Tennessee. Sean Willem and Tommy Marquez with Dickie Brazier. Final heat for event 5 for the women is up next, and there is still a ton to be decided when it comes to who's advancing to the games and who gets one more chance to qualify for a trip to Madison. Overall standings coming into event number 5, Tia Toomey all by herself atop the overall leaderboard by 48 points. Jessica Griffith right now hanging on to the final qualifying spot for the games, but only 10 points up on Christine Colbrander and only 16 up on Fee Sakafi as we head to Tri-Wizard Cup.
Fans of the Harry Potter franchise will recognize this name. 4 rounds for time, 20 calories in the air bike for the women, 20 toes to bar, 10 thrusters, 40-foot overhead walking lunge with that 95-pound barbell. Nice mixture of skills here.
Start list presented by CBD MD. Tia Toomey, the overall leader in the middle of the floor. Jess Griffith will be in lane number 3. And one of the women she's trying to hold out will be right next to her in lane 2. Christine Colbrander will be on the other side of the floor. She is in lane 8 and we begin with the 20 calories on the Concept 2 bike.
And the inspiration for this name title for this event, Tri-Wizard Cup, speak with Luke Espy, help program this. He said, you know, the Harry Potter series, the Tri-Wizard Cup, Harry wins it. He wasn't the best at any one thing. He was good at the mixture of skills, and that's what's really going to help you succeed here. You have a gymnastics movement, a weightlifting movement, a structural movement. Nice little mixture with the overhead walking lunge.
Jess Griffith right now in 5th place overall, 296 total points, has steadily improved as this competition has gone on. She started with a tie for 9th in the 8 mile. but had her best finish to close out day number 2, a 5th place in Inception.
It's been kind of a seesaw few years for Jess Griffin in the sport. Qualified for the games in 2017, missed it in 2018, goes team in 2019, trying to go back and individual for the first time in nearly 4 years.
3 left.
4 athletes to the Toes Bar at the same time. Brooke Wells, Tia Toomey, Haley Evans, Amanda Barnhart. Nicole Gibson is there as well as Kelly Clark, the final athlete to the pull-up bar for 20 Toes to Bar. Fisa Gotti comes in 7th place overall. That would give her a trip to the last chance online qualifier. But she's only 16 points back to Jess Griffin. That's the race that you're going to want to watch.
All right, got it. Start around 5. 50 dips, you got 3 minutes left.
As your overall leaders are on the barbell for their first set of 10 thrusters. Jess Griffin getting to the thrusters just ahead of Fisa Gotti. Gets 2 reps, now 3 reps in before Sagami gets her hands on that 95-pound barbell. Here comes Kelly Clark in lane 10.
And Scott will have the benefit of being in the lane next to Jess Griffin, so she can keep an eye the entire way on the woman that she needs to catch in order to try and secure one of those top 5 spots.
Danielle Dunlap over in lane 1 has an outside shot of punching into the top 5, but for her, she is in 90th place. I think she is the last person to qualify for the last chance online qualifier. 42 points out of a qualifying spot for the games, but Xavier only has a 14-point lead over Kelly Clark down in lane 10, and Clark right now ahead of Danielle Dunlap. Jess Griffith is back to the bike ahead of both Fisa Gotti and Christine Kohlenbrecher. The top 5 look at the overall standings on the top 5 in this heat. As they start for the second round, Kelly Clark from CrossFit up in Santa Cruz, California, trying to wriggle way into a spot. The last chance online qualifier, 10th place overall coming into this event.
And live trains just up the road from me. Quite familiar with her as an athlete and friend, and she loves the Toes to Bar portion of this particular test. And as we've seen in previous heats, proficiency in the Toes to Bar, especially in the later rounds, is proven to be the difference maker.
Kelly Clark on the right, trying to surpass Danielle Dunlap for 9th place overall and put herself in contention for the spot for the last chance online qualifier. I want to thank one of our partners for the broadcast store, Personalized Scientific Wellness. Visit Ford.com and check out the official supplement partner of CrossFit, trusted by U.S. national teams and more than 100 professional sports teams. Tia Toomey is your leader, followed by Haley Adams. The top 2 women in the overall standings. Brooke Wells, who is 3rd, will be the 3rd woman to the Toes to Bar. Now, Amanda Barnhart, who is in 4th, will be the 4th woman to the Toes to Bar. She's on the right side of your screen.
Tia Toomey and Haley Adams picking right where they left off last night. Remember, Haley and Tia were the 2 front runners in Inception. 45 seconds in front of the pack the entire way. They finished 1-2 in the event. Decided, hey, let's keep this thing going. Jump out in front here early on. Try to protect.
Christine Kohlenbrecher, as we see Tia Toomey on the second set. Kohlenbrecher in the middle of your screen, got the pull bar just ahead of Jess Griffin. So trying to put some pressure on Jess Griffin. Kohlenbrecher again only 10 points back from Griffin. In order to make that up in one event, Kohlenbrecher would not only have to beat Griffin across the finish line, but she would need to get something between the 2
10 seconds.
Griffin in the middle of your screen, and Fisa Gotti.
6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, done. Nice.
Tickets to the crossing the over.